Notice what the verse doesn't say. It doesn't say if. It says when. When you pass through the waters. When you walk through the fire. The assumption baked into the promise is that the hard thing is coming. God isn't offering a detour. He's making a commitment about what happens while you're in the middle of it. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Isaiah 43 verse 2, KJV. Isaiah 43 is addressed to Israel in Babylonian exile, or bracing for it. The nation has been stripped from its land, its temple destroyed, its identity as a people shaken to the foundation. The wider context of this chapter is a declaration of redemption. Verse 1 sets the frame, "Fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine." Verse 2 follows immediately. God isn't speaking into a hypothetical. He's speaking into one of the worst seasons in Israel's history and telling them what his presence looks like inside it. This is also part of what scholars call the comfort section of Isaiah, chapters 40 through 55, the book of consolation. The tone has shifted from the judgment oracles of the earlier chapters. God is not finished, not indifferent, not absent. He is about to do a new thing. But first, he addresses the thing his people are already in. Passest through is abar in Hebrew, to cross over, to move through from one side to the other. It assumes motion, not permanence. You are not meant to stay in the water. You are passing through it, even in the seasons when that forward movement is invisible. Waters and rivers carry specific weight in Hebrew cosmology. In the ancient Near Eastern imagination, deep, uncontrolled waters represented chaos, the forces that existed before order, the things that could unmake a person or a people. Overflow is shataf, to flood, to sweep away, to inundate completely. The image is of being taken under by something too large and too fast to fight. God's promise is that those forces will not have the final word over your crossing. Fire and flame form the second pair, and the doubling is intentional. Burned carries the sense of being scorched. Kindle, bar, means to blaze up, to consume entirely. The language reaches toward total destruction. And the promise stands against all of it. Not that you won't feel the heat. That the fire won't own you. For images total, waters, rivers, fire, flame. Two elements, each doubled for emphasis. The two most elemental forces of destruction the ancient world could name. Between them, they cover every category of overwhelming. And God addresses both, in sequence, without flinching. Here's what this verse refuses to do: it refuses to promise the hard thing won't come. The waters are real. The fire is real. God isn't telling Israel, or anyone reading this, that the diagnosis won't land, that the marriage won't end, that the loss won't arrive, that the season of exile won't happen. It will. That's the premise baked into the opening word. The when is not rhetorical softening. It's honest preparation for something God already sees coming. What God promises is narrower and more durable than protection from the trial, presence inside it, and a limit on what it can do. The rivers shall not overflow, not you won't get wet, but they won't take you under. The flame shall not kindle, not you won't feel the heat, but it won't consume you. You will come out the other side. Not untouched. Not unchanged. But not destroyed. This matters for anyone who has been told, by well-meaning people or misread theology, that faith means exemption from suffering. That the fire is evidence God has stepped back. Isaiah 43 verse 2 refuses that reading entirely. The fire doesn't mean God is absent. It may be precisely where he is most present. The image here is not God watching from a safe distance while you burn. It's God inside the fire with you, and the fire knowing it. There's also something in what this verse does with limits. The trial has a boundary. It can be real without being final. It can touch you without defining you. The waters have a far bank. The fire has a point at which it stops. These aren't denials of the difficulty. They're declarations about who has authority over how far the difficulty goes. And the foundation of verse 2 is laid in verse 1, "Thou art mine." The promises about water and fire are spoken to someone whose identity has already been settled. You don't enter the trial as someone whose standing is uncertain. You enter it as someone already named, already claimed, already spoken for, and the trial doesn't get to revise that. The takeaway: the verse doesn't promise a way around the fire, it promises that the fire has already been told how far it can go.